Yes. Hey. Got to move it.
Lock it down. This shit ain't working. We lost the advantage. Hate on us.
Molotov.
Zone A.
Smoked.
Control Bravo.
That's a kill.
Grandpa Nooby reporting for duty with another sniping video. And the reason I made this is because when I was first starting out in sniping, I used to think that if I could find that magic configuration that the pros were using on their YouTube videos, the Sprats, the Pomages, the Kitties, other phase guys, the CDL pros, then I could snipe too, that it was the configuration that was keeping me from success. If you're an average player, slightly above average, who wants to get into sniping, you may be thinking the same thing that I thought, that it's the configuration that's holding you back and not necessarily anything else. So I made this video to show some sniping with bare bones snipers. That is how they come out of the box. And to see if these factory settings on snipers are good enough to find success in the field of honor. Now, if we can do okay with bare bones, then what that means is practicing your sniper skills is far more important than how you're configured. And that's actually what Grandpa believes. So let's take a look at some of the bare bones statistics for each of the snipers. Now, I'm not going to include the SVD in this one because I really don't consider that a classic sniper. That's a good gateway to sniping, as I said in my How to Snipe video, and I'll leave a link to that video below. Here are the statistics, bare bones, for the LW3A1 Frost line, the LR 7.62, and the new Mod 4. Let's have a look at them. We'll start with the LW3A1 Frost line, and that's the quickest sniper, bare bones, but also the least powerful. 305 damage to the head, 204 to the neck area, 112 down to the mid-chest area, and 104 to the elbows. It reaches out to 63.5 meters bare bones. Damage beyond range is 88.9 meters. The aim down sight speed, which I consider a very important statistic, just below damage, is 535 milliseconds. Sprint to fire is the quickest of the three at 290 milliseconds. The LR 7.62, once again 306 to the head, 204 to the neck area, but the one-shot kill reaches all the way down to the bottom of the hands and to the waist. It can reach out a bit further at 76.2 meters, 101.6 is the damage beyond. The aim down sight speed is a slow 600 milliseconds, sprint to fire 320 milliseconds. The AMR Mod 4 is the most powerful of the snipers. It's 306 down to the neck, 204 at the chest area, but a one-shot kill all the way down to the knees, down to the bottom of the hands. It reaches out to 88.9 meters, 127 meters for the damage beyond. The aim down sight speed is a very slow glacial pace, 625 milliseconds, and sprint to fire is the same as the LR 7.62 at 320 milliseconds. Let's take the three snipers, the LW3A1, the LR 7.62, and the new AMR Mod 4 onto the field of honor, completely bare bones, no attachments whatsoever. Let's see if the factory settings are good enough to snipe or not, and we'll see how Grandpa did with those three snipers and how the enemies reacted, sometimes laughing, sometimes being gacked. Let's go. All right, let's get into this. We're going to start with Warhead. Do a little bit of classic sniping here. I like the spot. Yeah, the ADS is impacted. Let's see if we can get a couple of kills. Cheese a few of these things. And that's the classic job of a sniper in real life. Okay, oop, there's a miss. That's not his job. That guy just spawned in and found himself gacked. Oops. And we're going to stay here till they drive us out because we're bare bones and we're not going to start by just running around like we normally do. Get about 6 or 7 kills to start this thing, and Grandpa's liking the Frost line here. Frost line's a little weaker, and it's the fastest of the ADS's bare bones, but it's got a weaker shot, so you got to hit above the mid chest to get that one-shot gack. Of course, you can also find, enemies that are wounded already, and that's one of the big fallacies in time to kill. All right, let's take it on to Gala.
Enemy 12 o'clock.
There's a little miss, but he's running through there, so Grandpa's just going to wait for him. And he peeks, and he's the first blood in the game. Not going to win unless you throw out shots. There's two guys there. We're going to come behind them and collide them. And by the farm. So Grandpa didn't feel at too much of a disadvantage. Now, I know a lot of people think configuration is king in snipers, and it is in more advanced sniping. But just carrying around the sniper, it is not. While you're trying to learn sniping, it is not king. What is king is doing the things that I mentioned. There's a miss. We're going to get that guy, though. That I mentioned, take your time. In the sniping video, and I'll leave a link to the sniping video below, like I already said. But when you're bare bones, when you're at a disadvantage, when you're not as advanced in sniping as other people, take your time, because you always have more time than you think you do to get the shot, like right there. Now we've moved to the 7.62. It's got a little more powerful sting to it, so we can go all the way down to the belly button, and Grandpa does on a few of the snipes. And we're also on a small map, and you can see that even though we're at 600 milliseconds, just about in ADS, you can still quick scope with a bare bones LR 7.62 or a frost line. You can quick scope with that or a mod 4. So sniping's about sometimes just picking your spot, knowing what's happening on the map, aiming, lining up your shot, and taking it. A quick scope is more a reaction to what's going on around you, but it works. It works. You can see the 7.62 with 0 configuration on it is actually doing quite well. Oh, come on out. We got a lizard face there. That person was a tweaker, and you can still get the tweakers. Bare bones, configured, whatever. Just know what's going on the map, know where the enemy is, watch the mini map, and then plan accordingly. There's the tweaker. Another tweaker, and somebody else got Grandpa's kill, but Elvis there, Elvis the tweaker, tweaker and twerker. The bare bones 7.62 is just a formidable weapon. No attachments whatsoever. Attachments did not affect Grandpa's sniping here. And when you're learning to snipe, if you're concentrating on, whoop, there's a miss and there's a hit. When you're concentrating on attachments, you're concentrating on the wrong thing. When you're trying to improve your sniping, if you're concentrating on sniping, it's the wrong thing to concentrate on. If you're concentrating, that's the AMR 4, by the way, on configuration, you're concentrating on the wrong thing. What you got to do is concentrate on improving your snipe. You can see, you can even quick scope. This is the slowest quick scoping weapon, and Grandpa gets drilled. I hate that. I hate that weapon, the drill. Some people can run around like a water bug and get you. Doesn't work that good for Grandpa. Just watch the mini map, practice your sniping skills. Don't worry about configuration. There's only 1 or 2 things that make a sniper better in config. And for Grandpa, it all has to do with ADS. Oh, missed him twice. The water bug. But he's coming at me, and I drop shot him. So you can drop shot with a slow, quick scoping weapon like the AMR 4. Configuration really doesn't matter. I can improve this by 100 milliseconds, so more than 100 milliseconds in the ADS. So don't let configuration questions stop you from learning to snipe, is basically what I'm saying. Let me know what your opinion is. Love to hear it in the comments down there. A like and subscribe helps me, like always, helps the family. Have a wonderful new year ahead. Cheers and peace to you. Don't worry about the configuration. Don't let it stop you.